Gonna build a mountain from a little hill.
Hey guys, and thank you so much for tuning into my channel. My name is DeLady Designer, and today we are back with Koali Zoo, and I am joined by the lovely and amazing Iben and Rudi Rennkamel. How are you doing?
Hi, I'm doing
Hello.
Good. Good. So let's right away jump into it, and I am going to apologize first because we're pretty late. Like, obviously we did not say that we're going to stick with a very much weekly schedule because, well, sometimes things happen. Anyways, we are now here with a Koali Zoo episode, but I actually wanted to do a little bit more because today we're going to do a otter habitat, but I also was planning to do an African penguin habitat, but I was not able to do that for some reasons, and that means we're going to have a short episode this week because we did not want to let you guys wait much longer. So we're gonna have an episode this week, but we're also going to have an episode probably next week. Let's not say 100% because you never know.
Never promise. Never promise.
Let's not promise that. But yeah, so I'm going to do 2 episodes. I think you guys also did more episodes in a row sometimes, didn't you?
Yeah.
So,
I mean, Iben could have done like 6 episodes. I could have done 5 out of the stuff, so it's fair enough. Yeah.
yeah. So I'm going to do another episode next week, and or the next time. Be careful what you say here, lady.
The thing is, you'll get an otter episode now, and the other episode will be sometime soon.
Yes.
As long as it's not a red panda, it's all good.
We already have red pandas, so it's fine. No, but I have a very easy task here, to be honest, because Mr. Camel, he already did lay out like a lot of these habitats here. So if you have not seen it yet, he did some really, well, it was 1 episode where you did this tunnel thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay. So
Well, technically it was 2. I did hide that in the first episode.
you
so
did.
yeah.
So yeah, but if you have not seen it, I highly recommend you to go and check out what Rudi did, because he made like this can we call it an aquarium tunnel, basically, right?
Yeah.
I don't have the images, so I cannot like give you a sneak peek or anything because Mr. Camel is slow with sending me the pictures.
Yeah.
So
That's my mistake, potentially.
yes. But what he did was he was laying out so many habitats at the end of this tunnel, and he actually planned of doing this himself, and I was like, hello, I really would love to do a few of those animals as well. So
Just so happy you said that.
Yeah.
I'm also
just
really
so
happy I said that because I love the giant otter and the penguin, so it's a win-win.
It definitely is,
We
yeah.
almost had another safari zone situation on our hands.
Oh,
but
Hey, I mean, things just happen, okay?
Well, that's actually true. Like, oh man, you did like the whole safari by yourself, and I remember when you did, I was like, why didn't he ask me to do anything? I would love to work on a safari ride.
That is true, but just for my defense, this actually brought Iben into this whole thing.
Is that really true? Because you also did you did a lot of work for Mike.
Oh no,
Yeah,
actually, for
yeah.
Sumatra was the
Yeah.
first one, right?
I
Yes,
remember
exactly,
that
exactly.
tower.
But that doesn't matter because I kind of created Sumatra.
That is also true. but yeah, so Rudi did lay out or like basically already laid out where he wanted the giant otter and the African penguin to be. So it's basically me just filling up the place.
It's actually, but let me just quickly jump in because it's not that easy. Like I have done these habitats, but oh boy, this was so complicated because it's in such a narrow space. It's really not a simple task.
It
Because,
was.
you also have to play around a lot to make them dive. I have no idea if you made them dive, but I actually set up 2 different heights of the deep swim area to make sure that at least in one they do deep swim, and in the other one you can go a bit more nuts, as I see you do right now, to make things look kind of nice from underground. But as we all know, the game is kind of finicky when it comes to making diving thing, even though the animals are small. I'm not going too much
I
more into
have
this.
promised myself that I'm not gonna rant about that anymore, even though I might have done that yesterday. But
You mean even though you? Oh, sorry. But it's not easy. It's really not easy because it's very crammed area, and you have to maintain at least a minimum traversable area, and that is not a simple task at all. But I'm loving what you do over here. This is going the really good way. Oh yes.
Okay, pillars and that path. I wanted to say that because there's this path leading to nothing. It's not connected. I have no idea what the plans are, if it's going to stay or not. So I was like, what?
It's going to stay.
I'm just going to ask what the plan is before I do anything else with it, except for 2 pillars underneath it. I'm not really good at support beams anyway, so
it definitely has to stay there because it will be the only connection from these habitats to the backstage area, which is in Africa. And at this point, at the moment, we only have a weird transition into I think it's chimpanzee land or whatever, which I just did for the moment, but we will have to get rid of this and make sure that we have like a natural barrier over there to hide this from the nest, because effectively the guests passing the tunnel won't be able to see this here up. So the idea is when they go through the tunnel, we have the habitats that have a certain angled viewing opportunity. You look from down to upwards, and then you can hide these paths pretty easily while playing with perspective, just to make sure that we can have a bit of backstage.
I wanted to know indeed what the plans were, because I had like this feeling like I don't know. You can still see it right now, so I definitely need to change that a little bit because of like that lower water area that you made. That one is more open from the top. So then I will just make sure that it will be lowered in the next episode, not next week. I'm not going to say that.
I actually have like a book on zoo building, and they have a few diagrams with some tips and tricks to hide paths and make the perspective work. So I'll look for the book and I will upload some pictures of it.
That will be great. So cool. That will be brilliant, actually.
Yeah, actually, I found something on Zoo Chat. This is where I took the inspiration from. After Iben sent me this first picture of the gator in there, I did some more research on Zoo Chat, and this is where I found this idea from, that you have these angled habitats, and they also sometimes, it's very hard to realize that, but then the whole habitat is angled in itself very slightly, like 2 or 3 degrees, to just keep that momentum going down, and it just looks, from the perspective, it just seems straight even though it's not, and so you can play with the perspective a bit more. It's very interesting, very tricky.
That's really cool.
But I love this.
I do have to say, like the deeper area that you made, you can tell already there are like a lot of items in the water. I just loved it so much what you did there, Rudi. So I just kept that in, and I just built around it basically. So it's like that broken ruin, and I think there are some vases. I'm not really sure.
Exactly, some pots and stuff.
I just really love that. Like that. I was like, I'm not going to touch that even. It looks like the golden thing and stuff in the sand. It's really feeling like...
I just figured, it just came to my mind, we can also put all these little bubble thingies in there, like the underwater bubble. I always forget about these effects that they added them later.
I added those. The underwater bubbles.
Exactly, and I remember the first bubbles we had, they were invisible underwater. But now, as we have them that are visible, we can actually put them in the pots and vases. Because,
I did not really put them in there, but just around the habitat.
Did? Okay.
No, I did not put them in there, but I did put down...
You did not?
No, I did not put them in the vase, but just around.
So you didn't put them in it?
No, I did not put them in it.
Okay, just to make sure you didn't put them in.
Okay.
Are you viewers still as confused as I am now?
But I love the bubbles. Like, I sometimes forget to add them. But I don't know, like a few, when did I do that? Like the diorama with the penguins I did. And I did make that really, that short clip for my YouTube stories and stuff. And those bubbles actually give that extra effect to the whole video. I don't know. It's just that extra detail, and I'm like, oh yeah, you always need to add those bubbles when you're on the water, because it just, I don't know, it just has an extra touch to it, I guess.
Oh yeah. I think this makes it all seem more lively, you know?
Yeah.
Is that the word? Yeah.
It's the small little touches that sometimes can do so much, and people often forget those, and then when you add them, it's just like, whoa, I didn't think of that, and then it looks
It just makes
amazing.
it a lot more realistic. Also,
Exactly.
talking about how deep, if it's deep enough, I had to play with that little feeder over there because it was just around deep enough. But I added the water lilies, and I was like, oh my god, I had so many issues with other water lilies and my giant otter habitat in my safari boat ride. Like, whenever I loaded the game back up, they just stopped diving, and then I had to move the water lilies, and then they were able to dive again. Oh, it was so annoying. But
yeah. Let's not talk about that. let's just go on with.
Let's just think about that and imagine how amazing flying might possibly be.
Oh yeah, we
I am itching for a DLC, guys. I
was about
really
to say.
I really like the African pack, but like I need more.
we always need more. Like, if you're not on my Twitter, I'm doing a poll. Yeah, it's still open when I'm uploading this video. I'm doing a poll with what kind of DLC you would love to see. So we have the aquarium pack, aviaries pack, North America pack, and other packs. So you have to, if you want to see a different pack, then I'm asking people to comment. Like, I think there's only one person that commented European pack, but so far the winners are definitely aquarium pack and then aviaries pack. So I'm not, just to be clear, some people read what do you think it's going to be next. No, I'm asking what you want to be next DLC. I have a pretty decent followers base of Frontier developments that are working at Planet Zoo right now. I really hope that they're looking at this poll and not being like, oh my god, we're making a North America pack, which is pretty low right now.
It's really, I mean, I'm just looking at the poll right now. I have it in front of my eyes, and I just can tell you the numbers. They're actually more impressive than what you even said, because like it's aquarium pack with 41%, and we have got aviary pack with 38%, so it's a very close one. And then North America 17, or different pack 4%.
Yeah.
That is like, you know, the other two just don't count anymore.
Exactly. So
it's insane.
I do really hope you can still vote. Everyone that is listening, you can still vote if you're quick, or tell us in the comments like what other pack, or what is your favorite. If you're listening right now, just tell us in the comments as well, like what you would love to see next. Like, so far we're going to have 2 more DLCs this year. So probably September, October, somewhere probably beginning of October is my guess. And then we're going to have another one in December. So we're going to have 2 basically this year. And I'm just really curious what you guys would love to see next. So not what you think, but what you would love to see next. So yeah, do let us know in the comments down below, of course. And don't forget to vote also on Twitter. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter as well. Okay, that's a side note. But if you could just be pretty quick, but what would be your, like for you, Rudi and Iben, what would be your wish for the next DLC?
I can just make it very short and easy. I'd go for aquarium and really make sure to, you know, fix some of the issues and bring in a good amount of new aquatic, hopefully full aquatic animals.
Yes, yeah. And you, Iben?
I think I would go for birds over aquariums at this point.
I'm not surprised you say that.
I've said this 1,000 times already, but there's only 2 things that I really, really want now, and that's a sea lion and birds.
Oh yeah, you said that, and then I was like, I also want a walrus. Oh my god.
And a walrus too.
I want a walrus.
Yeah.
When it comes to animals, it's like I want every single animal, because I also saw that you on your Twitter talked about the Malayan tiger.
Yeah.
And I know that a lot of people will go like, but we already have 2 tigers.
Exactly what I said.
The thing about that is, and that's something that I see a lot of people saying, and I'm like, have to think about like future-proof things, because if I make a zoo in the future, I will most likely include a tiger, but I don't want to include the same kind of tiger over and over and over and over again with every single zoo that I make. So like, I don't mind having a bunch of big cats. I don't mind having a bunch of seals or bears, because I know that with every new zoo, I will have a unique animal that I do need in the zoo.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
Agreed.
100% agree.
birds.
But birds
Oh.
would also be cool. Like, I can't really pick. Like, I think Best in Slot also replied on the tweet, like, you know what? He voted for aviaries, but I think many people just agree, like, both aviaries and aquariums are gonna bring something new and exciting to the game. And for those, there was someone that also was like, why aquariums? We already have aquatic pack, blah, blah, blah. But there is obviously a difference between full aquatic animals being like a manatee or sharks or stingrays or I don't know if sea turtles are still they're pretty much aquatic, but they're also they can go on land. So that's more semi-aquatic.
I mean,
but
they would. Yeah, I see these could be potentially in a pack in the future. Like if and this is like, I'm thinking a little bit more strategic at this point for me. It's like the next pack is like somewhat in, September, October-ish. So it's in between everything, because we all know that December is always the big guess and the big step. So this would be something really good to make diving like the full experience with aquariums. That's my idea behind this. And then holiday season, where potentially also the most people crave for something brand new, and for Christmas, making money out of a game and so on. This could be the perfect point to bring birds in, just because it would be a huge hit, because it's a completely new, mechanic. And here's the next point. This is purely just me looking at Frontier as a whole. Since the game Jurassic World Evolution 2 is released in December early, I'm guessing they won't give us birds before the flying dinosaurs have made an appearance. They would, because that would be totally stupid. It's
Also,
kind of a mechanic for this game.
Yeah, and also because like in Jurassic World, things are a little bit less complex than they are in Planet Zoo, because Jurassic World also has to take into account that they need to work with console, and that's not the case for Planet Zoo. So yeah, I think
definitely one point, like I don't know who said that to me. Can't really remember, but I do remember that when the Africa Pack launched, people found something in the game engine, right? That there is something coming over from Jurassic World Evolution to Planet
The engine
Zoo.
has updated.
Exactly.
Essentially, the engine has updated from version 19 to 20, if I recall it correctly. So, and as a developer myself, I can tell that a lot of developers usually write code and things and features in a way that we can reuse them, because that's easier.
Yeah, makes
so
total
I wouldn't be
sense.
surprised if Frontier did the same thing for flying in Jurassic World Evolution and flying in Planet Zoo.
Yeah, but also do not forget that there are like full aquatic dinosaurs in Jurassic World Evolution.
Oh yeah.
We have both things. So I will be very, let's just call it, I will be very disappointed if both of them will not be added in a way in Planet Zoo. I mean, they have to. I mean, there already were like flying animals in Jurassic World Evolution 1, and we still don't have it. I mean, they improved it now.
But to be fair, they were scripted. They were scripted.
Yeah,
so
that's true.
that was just an excuse.
That's
Yeah, they
true.
were just boxes, and to be honest, that was for me one of the reasons to think that we would get free-flying birds one day in Planet Zoo, because birds in boxes would have been much more easy to do than like diving, so I would have expected them to have done it by now.
Yeah.
But given that we don't have them by now, I think that we can expect birds.
I hope
And
so.
I don't want to say that Lady was sounding threatening Frontier, but I think you should do it or else she'll come visit you. That's how you sound.
Yeah,
It's
no,
really
well,
that way.
I will not visit them, but I think many, like the poll also says it a little bit. Like, many people just are really ready, one, for something completely new in the game. I think the Aquatic pack did a great job for introducing something new. I think many people were pretty excited about that.
I mean, just remember when the trailer dropped. I really had goosebumps finally seeing stuff diving. And we knew about this, you know. We got hints, so we knew that this could happen. But still, when we received the trailer, I think a night early or something to post that in time, I opened it and I was like, oh boy, I had like goosebumps everywhere. I saw them diving. I saw the penguins jumping into the water. And I'm still smiling seeing that we have diving, and
I'm still enjoying it to the max.
Yeah,
every time I see
insane.
animals dive, I can just look at it for hours, being like, oh my god, this is just so cool. And that's still a year later. Well, less than a year, but I'm still enjoying it a lot to see that.
I am just I'm not gonna say that I'm afraid, but I'm setting my expectations for the next possible September/October DLC. I'm setting my expectations to be like not a big DLC. I think it's gonna be smaller scaled. So, but
I think we should really let go of the thought that we all would love to see bigger DLCs.
Yeah,
I think
that's not gonna happen. I think that might happen for birds if we get them, because I'm just gonna say
I'm not gonna count on it.
I always say if, because otherwise people will just say, "Oh, but they work with Frontier and they know." No, we don't.
We definitely
exactly.
don't.
But I've one final thought why potentially we could see a bigger update with birds, and this is because of the characteristics of how Frontier always does it. So Frontier never gives a DLC which changes things completely that if player without the DLC couldn't enjoy that. So for example, when the Aquatic pack launched, I mean, to be fair, it was only one animal, but you got the crocodile to make a deep dive as well. So you had basically one, and all the mechanics for it, like the new tanks and water shading and stuff, was available in the free update. Now, given the fact that the next free update for birds, or like for flying animals, would require at least one free animal to maintain this thought, you know, hints towards a point. Yeah, you would need a free animal because
you could say, because more and more.
But you mean just an update on a current animal?
Flamingos. So you could say that flamingos could get updated, and
but
get updated.
That could.
It's not
a
new animal, just an update on a current animal.
Yeah, exactly. And then, but it would be very hard to get away with 5 animals, or 4+1, we have to say.
I'm thinking.
I'm just like, this is a stretch. I don't think that this would be possible.
I'm thinking 8, and like that the mechanics to build something for birds will be part of the free update.
Exactly.
Because you can't force someone to buy that DLC. But we're going massively off topic.
Yeah.
But it's all right. Let's go back to aquatic animals. Let's go to a giant otter habitat.
Exactly. Let's do it quickly.
Okay.
All of us are a little bit on a time schedule here.
Yeah. So let's just go, and if we have a little bit more time, like I know Rudi has to go, so not like too late. So I don't have that much to show, but we have some things to talk about, I guess. Because
I really like this one. I couldn't say it in the earlier part of the video, but I really like this little view. The slope is perfect. The amount
the Rudi
of
is
rocks
from the
is
slope.
Perfect.
But
the plants are perfect. Everything is spot on, and I really like this.
I think, but then the only issue is the
But I think we know we can fix this rather easily.
I hope so.
Find a solution for that.
Now I'm looking at this. I'm like, how are we going to hide that? But
it's going to become a part of the temple that easily. It's because that's the fallen temple area anyways, and it's going to become a part of the temple.
Yeah. Yes. So I do really like this. There's like the downside of having these underwater viewings. Like this one, you can still see a habitat. Like I did decorations on the other one, but you cannot see it. As guests, you cannot see it. So I was just doing that for my own feeling like I have to decorate this habitat. Let's just unpause this for a bit. I have not seen them swim actually here. I did add like the ball and the bobble machine. So I'm not really sure if guests even could see the land area. Maybe if they go a little bit to the back, they can. But I think most of it is just high enough for the people to look underwater, isn't it? I think so. So
yeah, and I think that's just fine. Like if you maybe climb on that rock where you're now with your camera on, you might be able to see it.
Yeah,
and
then
that's
you
a
can
super
look
cool
at it.
thing.
Definitely.
So yeah.
That's really nice. Oh my god, the lag is real in this. It's terrible. Oh my goodness. So this side is going to be for the caimans. This is what Rudi is going to do in a later stage. I do have Rudi. I was just so much enjoying this temple here, the ruins and the green, and it's just so freaking awesome.
Thank you.
I love it.
I really enjoyed doing that.
Yeah, it works so well.
It's been a real pleasure.
So
it kind of reminds me of the floating mountains in Animal Kingdom. Because it kind of looks like it's not possible for it to be like this, but you know that it's structurally possible.
Yeah.
It's essentially just an archway architecturally, but it looks so cool. So
it's brilliant.
Actually, I watched the episode of Imagineering Animal Kingdom. Yeah, the Imagineering story of exactly this, like a day before.
Oh, you did? Yeah. Oh, that's why.
That was like total coincidence. Yeah.
But yeah, so Rudi did this beautiful ruin work here as well. I definitely don't want to take credits for the stuff that you did because it's just super amazing. I did this just keep a lot of it in, like the ruins and stuff.
Oh, that looks fantastic. But it looks so cool. And I think this view, it's totally fine that you don't see the land. This is basically made for underground viewing. Yeah,
that's like, I did do some decorating on the top, but it's basically just some really, really awesome. Oh man, the lag. A really awesome underwater views. I did add, I think, one extra. I think this is the one that I added. Because else it was like just more of like a complete tunnel. I'm not really sure if like penguins. Yeah, okay. So I'm probably going to open this side up as well.
Yeah, this is the idea exactly. Yeah. You can open up wherever you want. This was just copy pasting to have the tunnel closed off.
Yeah, exactly. So they are, I think, able to. I have 7 FPS. My computer is dying. But they are able to dive here, so that is really cool once they really do, and the guests can see them. And then we have more underwater viewings here, I think. Yes, we have one more right over here. This one is a little bit less deep, so you cannot see them dive here, I think. They will probably be... honestly, if it will be real life, of course they will be diving here. But we're not going to talk about that. And then we have more of like this little kids viewing. I think Rudi also had that one already open as well. So props to Rudi as well. But this is more of like this kids viewing, even though they don't dive here. But so on the other side is going to be a lot of penguin. Not here, I think. I'm not really sure if I'm going to close this one, but we have some more viewings as well over here on this side for some African penguins. I'm gonna open it up on a few sides, maybe make some round windows as well, even though that's gonna be a little bit hard with the with these rocks, but I could definitely try. Are we going to crash? No, we're not going to crash. But yeah, I'm sorry that it's not like a lot. Like I did do a little bit here, but I just realized like I was doing this for no one, because no guests will be able to see it on top here. And
but if you take like one of the backstage tours, you might see this. So that's really well done.
Oh yeah, that's
and I have
right.
just wait for it. I have something in mind which I haven't talked about. So yeah, wait for that.
Of course he has.
He has a lot of things in mind, but so yeah, we're going to have another African penguin in the next episode. We're going to add here, and if I have some more time, I will probably just jump in an area and just see if I can squeeze something in. I did see. I was actually really surprised. All of a sudden I was just moving around, and then I saw hippos, and I was like, hippos? What? So we did not make an episode with hippos, right?
So we're gonna shame me and Mike again for wrecking the Africa area.
Exactly.
And are we?
Let's just wait until Mike is out of his summer work experience and is coming back to its better time experience.
That sounds really good.
Fixing some things.
But I was laughing pretty hard when I all of a sudden had some hippos in front of me, and I was like, I had no idea we had some hippos here. What are they doing now? But I think the zoo is coming along really nicely, but there's still a lot of work to be done. Work to do.
There's still a lot of FPS to take away from
Oh,
this.
God, yeah.
No, for Lady, not that many.
I actually am a little bit surprised. I'm not really sure if that is because I'm also recording right now and having a lot of programs open, but I'm a little bit surprised that FPS is going really low at the moment, especially with being in the tunnel. But I hope my computer will survive.
It's gonna survive
the whole series. We shall see. So yeah, next week I'm going to take over again. Or next time, not next week. Yeah, so at least we're going to add the African penguins as well, and I'm going to listen to what Rudi has for plans, and I'm going to listen to Iben what he has for tips to hide away that path. So next time we're going to see more. Do you guys have anything to add before we end this video?
No. Have a good weekend.
All right. Okay.
Vote for birds, everyone.
Yeah, don't forget to vote on Twitter and let us know in the comments what you would love to see next as a DLC, not what you think, what you would love to see. Let us know in the comments down below. And let us know, of course, what you guys thought of this, well, it's not that short anymore, but this some new episode of Koali Zoo. Subscribe, of course, if you haven't already on my channel, but also do not forget to subscribe to Iben, Rudi, and the missing Sylv and Mike at this point. They're still somehow in the team, but they're not really here right now. But we love them nonetheless. And
exactly.
Leave a like at the video if you guys enjoyed, and we hope to see you guys all in the next one. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.